Each and every one of the events this year increased our footprint on the community, and just as we started our fiscal year, we realized that our annual post office food drive didn't result in a positive outcome for our partner agency, Cullman Caring for Kids. So our board made an executive decision to release emergency funds to stock empty shelves, and United Way reached out to business partners and leveraged funding to help meet the expenses of replacing necessary pantry items. And what seemed like a complete disaster resulted in more donations than were originally hoped for. And that's just one of the examples, the challenges we started out with and one of the positive outcomes that we had. In April, we held our first crawfish boil, and it was a huge success in spite of tornado warnings and near flooding conditions. And then, as you know, the second crawfish boil was a huge success, and those YP volunteers know how to host a great fundraiser and have a good time as well. Our annual depot day that you saw lots of shots from saw record crowds with the addition of the antique car show. The event also served as our kickoff to the annual campaign. Day of Caring also faced challenges and was rescheduled due to weather-associated hurricane problems in neighboring states, but our volunteers did not let that stop them. We not only accomplished all that we set out to do, but we added a few projects that were even filmed on the video that you saw earlier. Now, I mentioned hurricanes. When the United Way staff heard about the struggles our neighbors in Texas, Florida, and the Caribbean were going through, they rallied the community and you answered. We actually were able to raise $17,865 to assist in the relief effort. We held brown bag special lunch events, participated in the Fair Parade, the Cullman County Fair, and the National Giving Tuesday rallied donors in our community, and thanks to those that participated in all those events. We've been able to continue to add to our campaign efforts. Finally, in March, our very own community was devastated by the hailstorm on March the 19th, 2018. Through the leadership of the United Way Board of Cullman County and the staff, we mobilized to provide emergency funding and meet a great need in our community by creating the windshield voucher program. We were able to basically provide 132 families a voucher to replace their windshields. We saw an unmet need in our community and found a way to help individuals get back to work, transport their kids to school, or to the grocery store. Our community is still recovering from that damage, but I am so proud of the way that we were able to step out and help those folks. I would like to recognize the glass companies that partnered with us that are here today. Odin's Auto Glass, if you're here, please stand. Representatives, or any people here from Odin, Cullman Auto Glass. Glass America and Windshields and more. Let me just make a special comment. When I called Odin's that Friday afternoon, they really didn't know what we were talking about. I'd already been turned down by some major companies who really weren't willing to give United Way a chance, because really this is something nobody had ever heard of, and you know, our board's kind of innovative, and we thought we might just give it a try. But we were met with a lot of local vendors that said yes. And then they kind of called back and said, well, what are we really signing up for? But they were really so excited to help us. I would also like to thank the Red Cross, who had teams of volunteers providing snacks during the hailstorm recovery, water, bulk items, and tarps for those who experienced hail damage. So Red Cross is one of our agencies, and we were so thankful for all of that. All the hard work is made possible by sponsors who step up each year and provide the financial resources that we need to get the message out. Let's please give all the sponsors a round of applause. had the opportunity to serve on the United Way board to represent Wallace State, I realized that moment I could really help. I had served on the initial board of directors for 2 different agencies that are here today and that are supported by United Way. And I knew firsthand, working with these agencies from their inception, that the heart of ministry must be supported by many caring hands. Helen Keller wrote, "No pessimist ever discovered the secret of stars or sailed to an uncharted land or opened a new doorway for the human spirit." Many of these persons working in United Way agencies who are not pessimists have dared to dream of impacting the human spirit in a variety of ways that are extremely innovative and resourceful.